Number 37, we want to know how many milliliters of a 30% acid solution do we have to mix in with 20 milliliters of a 70% acid solution to get it down to a 40% acid solution. I'm going to solve this one two different ways. Here's the way that we first saw, is we're going to draw some beakers. So we'll draw this beaker here and this beaker here. Those are beakers of our two solutions. And here's our beaker of the resulting solution. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this 30% solution, and how much we don't know. How about X milliliters? How much of that 30% solution do we have to add? So we're going to add it into here, and we don't know how much this is. So we'll be representing that amount with X, and I'll put the amount inside to percentage outside. And when we add this into this, we're going to get a little bit more, so I'll draw it up here. And how much will we have? Well, we have X, and I'm going to add it to 20, so I'm going to have X plus 20 altogether, and I want that to be a 40% solution. So here's our equation. We're going to have 30X plus 70 times 20 equals 40 times X plus 20. This will give us 30X plus, now 7 times 2 is 14, I've got two zeros, equals 40X, let's distribute, and then 4 times 2 is 8, and I've got two zeros. So to solve this, I've got X's on both sides, 30 on the left, 40 on the right. I've got more on the right, so I'm going to get all the X's on the right side. Let's subtract this 30X. So we'll be left with 1400, right? 30X minus 30X is gone, it's 0, equals, now 40X minus 30X is 10X plus 800. Let's subtract this 800 from both sides, so we'll get 1400 minus 800 is 600. That's equal to 10x, and then we're going to divide by 10, so we'll get x equals 60. And again, it's a word problem, so we've got x, but what is x? Follow it all the way back to the beginning, all the way back up here. What was x? X is the number of milliliters of the 30% solution. So our question is asking us, back here at the top, how many milliliters of the 30% acid solution? So we found that. We found that there's 60 milliliters of that solution. So let's claim now that the answer to our question is how many milliliters? 60 milliliters. We probably don't even need the ml. How many milliliters? 60. You know, I was thinking I'd solve this two different ways, but I think this way is pretty direct. This is the way we did it in class. Let's just leave it at this.